Hey everyone, I am doing the GoodReads tag. I think that's what it's called. I just saw Peter likes books do it and I love him. I stand for him. Does not know that I exist. That I would do this tag because I haven't done tags in so long and I felt like talking about all of the books that I have sort of been kicking around with. So yeah, let's just get on with the questions. What was the last book you marked as read? Because I just can't even remember. I feel like I haven't really been reading as much. Like I say this all the time now, but it's because I've just been watching Netflix. Okay, so I actually read Tell Me Three Things by Julie Buxbaum. I gave that one 4 stars. It was a good book. Question 2, what are you currently reading? I am currently reading 2 books and by the time you see this, I hope to have finished both of them. But I am reading Little Creatures manga by Kami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. The art is by Cassandra Jean. I would definitely recommend this if you have read the first book because it's not that the whole story's in there. You sort of kind of need to know what's going on because it is sort of skippy, but I do love it. I never really read graphic novels or anything like that, but I saw this one at the library and I had to pick it up. We're reading Royal Tour by Amy Alwood, which is the second book in the Potion Diary series. I have a lot of my real life friends and they have younger siblings or like their kids even asking sort of what is age appropriate for YA because it varies so much. I feel that this is a real series that is sort of accessible to like younger teens. There's not a lot of gratuitous like kissing even. It's just like a really good clean story. It's about a girl who in the first book a princess has poisoned herself and they go on a wild hunt to sort of gather these ingredients to reverse the potion spell. Like her family is sort of like old school alchemists and synthetic alchemy is kind of a thing now, but yes, so this is just a continuation of that and I'm liking it so far. I mean, I think I gave the first book 3 stars, excuse me, and I think that this is probably going to be like a 3 stars as well. It's just good and it's a good follow-on. There's not anything from what I can tell that is going to change the course of this being a younger reader book. Question 3, what is the last book you marked as to be read? I don't actually use GoodReads for that. I feel like very overwhelmed if I have a ton of books that are added to my want to read pile. I have 2 books on there and I'm probably only ever going to keep it at 2 books. So the books that I have on there are Women I've Undressed, a memoir by Ori Kelly, and the reason that I have that one on there is because of my grandpa. I love my grandpa so much. He's like, I'm just crazy about him. And like named my son after him. Like my son's middle name is my granddad's name. Just got that there as like a point of reference that if I ever see that book I have to grab it because my grandpa tells me that he loved it. And then I also have The Dark Calling by Cresley Cole, which is the 5th book in the Arcana Chronicles, and I've got that sitting there because I need a release date for it and I'm just waiting for that to pop up pretty much anywhere I can get my hands on it. So yeah, The Dark Calling, that's the other one that's on there. What book do you plan to read next? After I finish the 2 that I've got going on now, I don't know. I'm a mood reader. That's why I never do TBR videos anymore, just because if I'm sent a book for review, I know that it's coming and then I can anticipate it. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Do you use the star rating system? Yes, I do. Me, 1 star is like shocking, horrendous, horrible. 2 stars is passable, doable, whatever. I mean, I read a lot of romance books and they usually fall into the 2-star category. 3 stars is average, 3 stars is whatever. 4 stars is pretty good with like a slight problem, like can't give it the full 5 stars, and 5 stars is like blew my tits off, best book ever, tattoo this on my ass. Are you doing a 2014 reading challenge? Well, I would have if I knew that was happening, but I'm doing a 2017 reading challenge and I always set it really, really low. Like last year I had it set at 50 books and I read like 115 or something like that. I have currently read, what is the date today? It's like April 6th that I'm filming this. I've set my books at 60 again and like because I worry about reading slumps, you know, but I've read 44 books so far this year, so I'm hoping to at least get to 60, fingers crossed. Question 7, do you have a wish list? Like Amazon? I don't have an Amazon wish list. Amazon isn't really like a thing in Australia that I use personally. I have a book depository wish list that I just put like physical books because obviously I read ebooks and borrow a lot of books from Overdrive and borrow books and stuff like that. So if I really like something, I'll put it on there and when the price drops, I will get it. book do you plan to buy next? I don't know, probably one of the books that I talk about in my April releases if my library doesn't get it. Any favorite quotes? Would you like to share a few? Not really from books or anything though, but I have them tattooed on me. Like my first tattoo was on my back and it is in Latin, which is the worst idea ever. I mean, if you want to be asked for the rest of your life about what does that tattoo say, get a tattoo in another language, but it means don't let the bastards wear you down. That was the thing, and it's in the proper Latin. It's Nolle Nothis Permittere te Terra. Prob's not saying that right, but I don't speak Latin, so that's fine, but it is the correct spelling. And then I also have one on my calf. The back of my calf, it's an anchor and it says a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor, and if Theo was a girl his name would have been Sailor. That was what we were gonna call him slash her. You know that first tattoo I got when I was like, I think I was 18 or 19, and I was going through a crazy period in my life, like you wouldn't even believe it if I told you about it, sort of thing. But I got through it and I didn't let the bastards get me down. Who are your favorite authors? Oh my god, this changes every single day, honestly. I feel like I just have favorite books, not really favorite authors, but Elise Cover. I love Elise Cover. Like, she's the first one that pops into my head. I love Holly Bourne. I think that her books are very important and amazing and brilliant, and I wish that I had something like that when I was growing up. Have you joined any groups? On GoodReads, I think that I'm like a member of a couple of groups, but I don't think that they're very active. So yeah, I guess I am members of groups. Are there any questions that you would like to add? I think that this was a pretty good list for a little GoodReads sort of thing, so that's all fine. I hope that you enjoyed this video, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what your rating style is like on GoodReads, because I find it really, really interesting to see how people perceive books. And I know that I am quite hard on books, but I think that is because I read a lot of the stuff that is sort of similar, so therefore when I see repeating tropes, or if it's like something and I'm like, no, this happened in another book and it happened better in another book, that's just my opinion. But yeah, so I would love to talk to you guys. As always, hit the thumbs up if you liked this video, please. Hit subscribe if you aren't already subscribed and you want to see more of my face. I love you all so much. I hope that you're having an amazing day wherever you are in the world. Lots of love, hugs and kisses. Bye.